Hey, so today I'm going to talk to you about branding because branding's something that gets a lot of people stuck. It is something that a lot of thought goes into for sure. And when you have your branding right, it can mean marketing and sales so much easier. It's definitely a key element to your strategy. It is not the only strategy, but it's certainly a really important part of that strategy, one element to it. So if you're like most entrepreneurs, your business brand doesn't include you as a human, and this is something that I think a lot of people are missing. It's usually a name that you've given your business, and you've got a logo, and if you've done a great job, you've probably got some personality traits and even a brand voice. But it is an inanimate thing. It's like a stylized brand persona you've created to draw in your ideal customer, which is what all the marketing experts tell you is what your brand strategy is all about. But if you are a consultant, a coach, a VA, designer, adding a real human element to your brand is the best way to set you apart from the crowd, to attract your ideal customer really and truly, and to be the obvious choice for them, which is what we all want as a business. We want to make that a no-brainer choice for them. And look, I understand why most of us don't do this. It's because in our lives we have been in contact with lots and lots of brands over time, and the vast majority of them are business brands. They don't have a human element. They're very impersonal. They're a business. They're not someone that we're engaging with. They're something, and that has been our experience. So of course, when we come to sit and create our own business and our own brand, we're using that knowledge and experience that we've had to develop our own brand. So it's completely understandable as to why we do it that way. Obviously as well, the thought of including ourselves in our brand is really foreign. It's probably something that we think of like celebrities do. And, most of us don't think of ourselves as a celebrity. So, it just feels like very far removed from what it is that we're trying to create. But these days, every market has an abundance of choice. There's new brands and new businesses appearing every single day out there. And we're targeting similar people, similar businesses, and everybody's starting to feel very, very similar and familiar. One can look like another, they can sound like another. And just go scroll Instagram and you'll see the businesses that you follow, the ones that are targeting you, they're probably going to have a really similar look and feel happening. As a woman, I see lots and lots of pink in my feed. There's pink everywhere. There's funny memes. There's, memes about being a mum. There's lots of content that could have anybody's brand on it. So it's not something that's necessarily unique to that personality. Until you find one that has a real human talking to you, and that real human element, and they're sharing a story or a belief or a thought, opinion, whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be stuff about them personally in their own life, but, we see that as well. And you make that connection with them on such a different level because suddenly they are a real person that you can relate to, that you can like, maybe even dislike, whatever, but you actually have a much stronger emotional reaction to that brand because of the human element. So for business, that means that you get a much faster, stronger connection with people when you add the human to it. Think about, as an example, like perfume brands. So this one, you can see it happening. We've got all of the older brands that everybody knows that's been around forever, Chanel, we know those brands. We know what they're like, and when we potentially buy them based on, that length of time, the trust that they've built, maybe our mums use them, they've been around for a long time. But There has been a huge amount of brand new perfume brands that have come onto the market over the last 10, 15 years, and some of them are, really, really popular straight away. And why is that? It's because they are often, they have a person who's sitting behind them that we know. So, think of, I know Britney Spears did one, Kim Kardashian, like all of these celebrities with personal brands have created their own perfumes and they're putting them on shelves. People are buying them. They're not buying them because of the brand or the scent, really. They're buying them because of the person. They're buying them because they like that person. They like their brand, being the person, they trust them, and that's what they want to buy because of it. So of course it's a bit different when we're talking about services. It's not a product, and we're certainly not celebrities, but people buy things from people because people like people. We make a connection and we've got that emotional bond with them. That is why we buy. That's what we make a choice from. And when you don't have that, it's a lot more removed. That buying decision, you've got to try to invoke that emotion from somebody. It's a lot harder when you're not using a real human. Real humans make emotional connections really, really easily, and that comes, almost very instantly. Straight away if you like someone or if you don't like them. So when we look at putting yourself out in front of your brand, that instantly, for most of us, brings up a huge amount of fear. Fear of the camera, fear of, what people might think. We don't like how we look and sound to ourselves, so we think other people aren't going to like it either. We just really fear putting ourselves out there, and this is a fear of, I think, what it boils down to is that we don't like being vulnerable. We don't like, taking off the mask or that amazing professional persona that we built up, that business brand. We don't like then putting ourselves out there with all of what we see as flaws. But you know what? Other people aren't seeing those. They're not looking at you and judging you like you judge you. They are interested in what you've got to say. They're interested in how you are helping them, like what it is that you're talking about that can help them. That's why they're listening to you. That's why they're interested. Not because, you're looking perfect. You don't need to be a model. We're not talking about having a celebrity brand here. We're actually talking about being a service provider. And so what they're looking for from you is not what they're looking for from their favorite models or celebrities. They're actually looking for someone who they think, this person knows what they're talking about. This person is someone who I like and I trust and I want to work with them. So it's not about you as a person. They're not judging you. They're not, they actually want to know that you're a real human. They don't want you to be this untouchable, dynamo that's perfect and that, seems, you just seem so much more distant. Whereas when you are a real person, they can make that connection with you and feel so much more drawn to working with you because of that, because of your human element. So, you don't have to get on the camera in your pajamas. You don't have to share your personal life at all. But you can talk about things that are relevant in your business. Give them tips. Share a story that helps them to connect with what you've experienced. Share some anecdotes, insights, metaphors, things that help them to understand and to get some value from all of that expertise that you have. And that's really what connects and what is a great way to get your brand out there. So you do it your way. You don't have to follow anyone else's style or method at all. It is really all about you. And it's just not being afraid to get yourself out there in front of your business brand and to be yourself. Because people are buying you at the end of the day. They're buying your expertise, your skills, and they want to work with you. So of course they've got to like you. The easiest way for them to do that is to be able to make that connection with you, obviously before they become a customer. So I'm giving you the challenge and maybe a bit of the power and the empowerment, permission to get out there and just be yourself. Maybe start off with doing a video. If it doesn't go well, you can delete it before it gets posted onto your account. Don't be afraid of the technology. It's there to help support us. So get out there and do it. And I'd love it if you posted a little video talking about anything that you like in your business. Maybe you think, what is it that my customers most want to, what are they struggling with? What could I say that might help them today? And if you tag me in it, I'd love to see it. So that's my challenge for you today, and I'd love to see you guys doing it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.